Okay, so today we're not doing something JDM, but still cool. We got a C6 Corvette here. We got the FDF Race Shop. This is the steering angle kit they offer for the C6 Corvette. So let's get it unpackaged here. So basically what this is going to do, we got the jacks positioned where they need to be. We'll get the wheels off. If you kind of zoom in on this a little bit. So basically this bracket is going to sandwich between the knuckle and the wheel bearing. So it allows for a couple different increases in steering angles. So we have it on this location, which is utilizes stock control arms, and you'll get about 50 degrees of steering angle. If he upgrades to the aftermarket control arms, you can go up to 70 degrees. So right now, I mean, this is pretty much a stock C6 Corvette. So we're going to start here, and that's the unboxing. So next we're going to kind of dive right into it, get it up in the air, and get it teared out. Okay, so we got the upper part of the caliper bolts loose and off. I'm going to move this out of the way, give me more space to get at the actual caliper bracket bolts, and then we'll start on seeing if we can get at the wheel bearing bolts, but more than likely we'll end up starting, we'll get this tie rod out of the way. Alright, slack, watch out. Perfect. Let's move that out of the way, and we'll get to the ball joint nut back here. Nice. That came out easy without him doing the Allen key and a wrench, so that worked out nice. Okay, so issue we were running into is getting this knuckle to come off the ball joints. So I kind of just got a pry bar, and I'm very careful to not damage the boot because we're just lifting this up enough to get access to this bolt. So I just kind of pried along the lip, and then was able to finally separate and start lifting up. So now we have enough space. I can get to this last bolt for your hub. So we'll get that off, and then we'll start fitting up the new stuff. Alright, so actually it's going to be way easier kind of assembling this off of the knuckle, so you can make sure you get all your holes lined up between this backing plate for the ABS sensor, and then your bracket and your hub here. So this kit's going to use these two slightly longer bolts on the top, and then the stock one for the bottom. So we'll go ahead, I'm going to pop this in here, then I'll start sliding the bolts in to secure it, and then we'll snug it down, and then we'll start on the tie rod. Next thing we need to do is knock down this edge. It needs to be flat for the tie rod clearance. So we've got our grinder out here. We're going to hit this up right now. Okay, so now we got the bolts kind of started by hand. I am getting the ratchet out and then actually watching it. So if you come on this side, so where the stud's coming through here, if you can see this here, I'll put a flashlight on it. You can see the stud showing through the wheel bearing. So that's what you want to do. You know, make sure nothing's getting cross-threaded coming through like that. So we'll get the other one snugged down, and then we'll start with what we need to do for the tie rod here. Okay, now that the wheel bearing has been torqued to spec, we did around 96 foot-pounds. Bracket's all in place, so now we're going to tighten this bolt and nut to secure basically the bottom part of the bracket to the knuckle. And then we run the intermediate, so it's about 50 degrees right here, and then if changed over to aftermarket control arms, we can push it out a little further to run this notch, which would be about 70 degrees. So get this tightened up, and then we'll set up the tie rod and put the brakes back on and start on the other side. Okay, so now the tie rod's positioned where it needs to be in the middle. I'm kind of guessed on the alignment. Obviously we're not going to know until we drive it, but I kind of guessed where it would be and compared to where it was factory using this sleeve that kind of links. This is a smaller end and this tapers into a bigger end here, so we'll see once we get driving the car. But you got this little plate here that basically locks so this bolt won't actually spin out, because there will be nowhere for it to go. It just boxes it in, and then you have another little bolt and nylon threaded nut to secure that. So now pretty much last thing I do, put the ABS back where it goes. Okay, so we got the new brakes ready to go in. We got the brackets already all greased, got the slides greased, and then we will use this kind of spacer here for the caliper, since the hub and everything's spaced out this thickness from the kit, so we have to then space out the caliper so it's at the right offset. So we'll get that fitted on right now and show you what it looks like. So basically I already have one like this already fitted. If you come down here, you can kind of see it. Yep, right here. Go back a little bit. Yeah, perfect. So yeah, you got to space out to the correct offset so it will match the kit, so everything's already spaced out a little bit. That way the caliper's in the right position. So don't forget to do that, and yeah, we're almost done. Okay, so now we're over on the driver's side. Got the other stuff broken down already. Doing the reinstall. We already got the spindle grinded down where it needs to be. The plates for the adapter kit is already on there. Just putting some thread locker, do final torque down, get the torque wrench out for the wheel bearing bolts. And then we'll get the brakes thrown on and we'll show what the angle looks like here. Alright, car's still up in the air, everything's bolted up, snugged up, brakes on. So we're gonna start it up first. I got it pretty much all lined up as best I think I can, the toe. So we'll start it up, see what it looks like, go side to side, and then take it for a drive, see what corrections we need to make to the tie rods before we bring it down to get the alignment. Alright, just got back. Basically nailed the alignment on the first try. Go ahead. So just so you can see what it looks like on the ground. Doesn't look crazy, but I mean, if you looked at what it was before, you can definitely tell it's an improvement. And plus, if the wheel was spaced out a little bit more, it would look a little more dramatic. Yeah. So yeah, there you have it.